EOM Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello everyone, it's a beautiful day to you and thank you very much for joining us. You're watching the EOM Business Network, indeed the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Today on the program, as always, our focus is on the Nigerian economy. We shall be speaking with select industry operators about their businesses, the operating environment, and other related issues. And so on Let's Talk, we shall be looking at Aklan Group, a world-class full-service real estate development and construction organization in Africa. On Spot On, we shall bring you a young but focused investment specialist, experienced real estate development professional, project management strategist, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert, and industry captain. Bukumi Baker, who is the founder, managing director, and chief executive officer of Anton & Pair Limited, a fast-growing real estate firm in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2024. And on the face-to-face is an excellent gentleman, experienced corporate management specialist, goal-getting entrepreneurial expert, team player, and industry captain, Dr. Kazeem Olarewaju, who is the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Alert Group, a frontline integrated micro, small, and medium enterprise finance support service provider in Nigeria, and indeed one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2024. It's a package you can't afford to miss. Stay with us. Welcome to Fenchurch Group. Fenchurch Group is an energy and infrastructure focused conglomerate with headquarters in Nigeria and playing an active role in the development narrative of the African continent. Olufemi Bakare, a visionary, audacious, and goal-driven industry captain, is the Group Chief Executive Officer of the group.
Fenchurch Group has three subsidiaries. There's Fenchurch Power, there's Fenchurch Energy, and then there's Fenchurch Mickelson. That's a joint development company with a UK company called Jackals Mickelson. We started out actually with Fenchurch Energy, and Fenchurch Energy provides and still does consulting services in the oil and gas space. We provide a lot of service to financial institutions. We do a lot of monitoring work for them. We do a lot of installation work for them. We do a lot of analysis for a lot of financial institutions. Now, that then led to us being in the industry and understanding, because a lot of energy projects also have power needs. And then we set up Fenchurch Power in 2007. And Fenchurch Power is primarily focused on providing IPP solutions. In 2007, when we started, it was still PHCN then. Everything was still under the federal government of Nigeria then. And we got some work to build a 215 MVA injection substation under the Ibadan zone in Ilesha. So we did that project and we ran about 60 kilometers of 33 kV lines. It was a very interesting project, but this also coincided with when the privatization was going to happen. So we joined a consortium to acquire Ibadan zone itself, actually. And then as things were going, that process was going, our consortium pulled out because the figures were not gelling together, as it were. But we were still interested in the space. We could see that there's the opportunity in this space. So we then decided that we would form Fenchurch Power. As opposed to just an EPC company, we would actually become developers and owners of generating assets and distribution assets. So we did an 8.5 megawatts IPP for the Delta State government in Asaba. We also decided to construct a 25 kilometers underground distribution network.
This is Arkland Group. Welcome to our world. Arkland Group is a world-class quality integrated full-service real estate company operating in major cities with core competencies in property development, advisory, facility and project management, amongst others. At Arkland, we specialize in acquiring, developing, and investing in sustainable housing properties in cities across Nigeria. Jide Olumodemu, a quintessential gentleman, experienced real estate professional, visionary entrepreneurial expert, philanthropist, and acclaimed industry captain, is the founder, chairman, group managing director, and chief executive officer of Arkland Group.
I would say the first seeds were sown in my mind as a young boy, following my mom to the market on Lagos Island. Driving on the bridge, looking out the window, I used to look at the tall buildings on the marina, and I used to wonder, how did these buildings come about? But it was dormant. Further down the line, 10 years ago, we came to Victoria Island and started our very first project called Grace Court. Vantage, which was a success, and with double Vantage, we went to Fabian, which was even a far bigger project at that time, and it was a success. In 2019, we had yet another inspired thought to take the business to another level. Because of what will happen in Turkey, and because of that drive, we decided, you know what, we can do this thing not in Turkey, but in Nigeria. And that year was what I termed our leap year. On a Sunday, we passed Ahmadu Bello. And as we were passing, I looked at the gate of Equalize. I said, what's inside this city? And I drove in and I saw the great infrastructure and the abundance of land. And I saw these tall buildings. Can we do this on our own? And I said, yes, we can. But it had to be different. We had to be different from what we were before. So we took time out again to refit the dream, upscale our team, and there we have it now. The rest is history.
So far, so good. Arkland Group has grown in leaps and bounds. Evelyn Edumo, a delectable woman, goal-getting professional, and resourceful project management expert, is the Chief Operating Officer of Arkland Group.
Arkland Properties is a full-service real estate organization with a strong presence in major cities. Our core is to acquire, develop, and put together housing solutions for multiple homeowners, home and abroad. As you know, there's a housing deficit in the country, and we serve as a major player in that industry, trying to close that gap by providing fantastic, affordable housing solutions in the best locations with quality infrastructure, and giving an all-round 360-degree quality of service to the purchasers and our subscribers at large. Arkland Properties and Investment Limited, which is growing into a development and investment company, is a part of a group. So Arkland Group runs a 360-degree offer that covers conceptualization, development of housing solutions, and also we are into the construction industry, where we have an arm of the group that does construction. Then we have the facility management company too, that handles post-construction services for our subscribers. And amongst it, we have other subsidiaries that are propping up all as part of the group. We concluded 10 years last year. We're 10 years old, and we've been able to achieve so much as a company, and we're looking into the next few decades of our existence with the help of course, our amazing stakeholders and the subscribers at large. Our vision is to be one of the most sought after real estate companies locally and globally, providing sustainable housing solution to various home searchers worldwide. Our mission also is to surpass client expectations, delivering superior value, and giving all of our stakeholders good return on their investment. We will do this by continuously learning and observing industry trends, matching customers' needs and lifestyle choices across the range of exclusive products that we have on offer. Our core values, revolve around 7 things, which we term with the acronym PRESTIGE, starting with the first thing, people. So people, both internally and externally, were very big on, people.
Bukumi Baker, a young but focused investment specialist, experienced real estate development professional, project management strategist, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert, and industry captain, is the founder, managing director, and chief executive officer of Anton Ampere Limited, a fast-growing real estate firm in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look up to in 2024.
Anton Ampere Baker Limited was founded in February 15, 2021, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the main focus was to help Nigerians get back on their feet with home ownership. We noticed that during the pandemic, a lot of people were forced to stay at home. Many of them entrepreneurs who couldn't go out to exercise their business. They couldn't go out to make money. They were forced to stay at home. And then a couple of people were also dismissed from their workplace. A couple of people had to, start afresh from the beginning. And so we decided to position ourselves as the real estate firm that would help people own their homes in a flexible way. So, during the time people were at home and when people got back to work, things were still increasing. Things always go up in prices based on the perception of value. So, coughing out a lump sum of 60 million naira, 100 million naira to buy a home was would be very difficult for someone who has been home for a couple of months. So we decided to create a structure that helps people own their homes, at a very flexible rate. And we also came up with good packages. So that was what really positioned us as the go-to real estate firm in that. And that was the reason why we founded the company. Anton Ampere Baker Limited is primarily a real estate firm. So we do property development. We help people build their homes. Then we also offer investment opportunities to people who want to invest in real estate. And lastly, we do investment advisory. Probably not even just investment, because if you want to invest in real estate, we can help you, we can guide you, show you how to go about it, the things to do, things not to do. But also for new homeowners who want to buy probably their first home or invest in their first home, we also show them how to go about it. We give investment opportunities and also investment advisory. We have a vision to be a household name in property development and investment on the continent. We want to be a household name, just like the way people would say Dangote, and everybody knows, okay, they are into cement, they are into this, they are into that. Or people would mention any company, any big company today, you mention it and almost everybody knows what they are into, whether you are buying from them or not. So we also want to establish ourselves as a household name in property development. When you mention real estate, we want Anton Ampere Baker to be the next name on your lips. Then our missions, we plan to achieve this by following 4 basic steps. The first one is we want to lead with quality and excellence of service. So when we decide to build a house, we want to build the house in such a way that there will be almost zero room for improvement. We want to hit the highest possible quality mark when building a house, and also lead with excellence. So excellence in the sense that if we show a design, probably a 3D design, we want to build something that looks exactly like what you see on the design. We don't want to have to make compromises. So that's the first step. The second way that we hope to achieve our vision is to satisfy our clients beyond all reasonable doubt. It is stated like that because we know that when our clients are satisfied, they will come back. If they don't come back, they bring more people. And when they keep bringing people, we keep doing our job, we keep growing bigger, and people now start knowing us for what we want them to know us for. The third thing is to bridge the gap between the demand and supply, housing demand and supply in Africa. We know there's, even in Nigeria of today, the household deficit is about 17 million. That means 17 million people, families, don't have houses of their own. So we are positioned to bridge that gap. Then the last thing is concerning real estate technology. We want to pioneer, we want to improve, and also engage the current technology that is being applied in real estate. So we want to bring technology into real estate to ease our clients and also help us achieve our vision. We've done a number of projects, I would say. Some not by us directly. We've partnered with stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, I mean landowners, to come up with a joint venture agreement. We build, they give their lands as equity contribution, and we provide the finance and we build, and then we have a profit sharing ratio. Then we've done a lot of houses for single family units, fully detached, in different places in Lagos State and Ogun State, basically. But right now we are working on 12 units of terraces here in Ogudu GRA, luxury terraces, 5 bedrooms, some 4 bedrooms, with swimming pool, outdoor lounge to cater for families, especially families, cater for families, security, and every other thing that makes their home livable. The real estate sector generally is a thriving sector. It's a very good sector. It's a big sector that contributes a lot to the development of the country and even contributes to the government. However, right now, there are challenges because due to the inflation, that is one big issue. And then another thing is a lot of these construction materials are imported. The FX rates are actually affecting the prices of construction materials, even fuel, because some of these companies that manufacture these things use diesel, and because diesel has been expensive from last year, it has driven a lot of prices up. It's been a bit of a challenge, because in every challenge there is always a solution, So, but it has been challenging. But I believe the government is working towards it and doing the best they can to stabilize things. So very soon, in the coming months or maybe a year or two, things will be stable and it would be as it was, or even better. Firstly, we have good work practices. We have good business practices that help us, because recently, like I just mentioned, the challenges we are having, there's been a lot of improvisation. We've had to improvise, but we still maintained our good business practices. So it really helps us. Then we have a very good communication and relationship with our clients. So we understand that they are human beings, they need the houses. And they also understand that we are a company. We don't control the market, we don't drive prices up. So we tend to manage the situation in a very democratic way. So, and it has been very helpful. Our clients have been very supportive, because we've shown them they know what we can do. So we have this very, very, very supportive relationship, and it has helped us so far. Yeah, it's a good one. Actually, it's a very good one. It's a progressive action, because if I'm correct, the last Builders Act was enacted, I think, 1980 something, maybe 1989 or early 90s, and that's a long time ago. So to review the act is a good thing. However, I won't really say the problem is with the act, because take for example Lagos State. Lagos State has LASRERA, they have bodies, there's LASPA, there's LAPCA, they have rules, they have different things that are in there that they do, to ensure that buildings don't collapse and all that. Very good rules, but it is the application of those rules, that really matter. Not just enacting laws. You can keep enacting laws, very good laws, you can have the perfect laws, but if you don't execute these laws, things will still continue to happen. So it's a good thing that they want to enact a law, but would they uphold it? Would they, aside paying the required money, the required financial commitment on the side of the developer or whoever is constructing, are they ready to stand their ground? It's not just about the money, and it's not just about the act. It's a good thing that they want to go over the act again, but are they ready to uphold it? That's just the thing. If they can uphold it, stand by it, then it's a very good thing. The main thing is to prevent or reduce the houses that collapse. So it's a win-win situation for everybody if they can stand by it. Firstly, before you even go into business, you have to be courageous. You have to have courage. You need grit, because the environment is not one I would consider a very easy environment for you to thrive in business. So you need courage, you need grit. Then secondly, you need to understand that your clients, they are the lifeblood of your business. They are the reasons why you exist, and without them, there's no business. So you need to take care of your clients. You really need to focus on your clients. Then thirdly, I would say you should always keep learning. You need to always be on top of your game. You need to keep learning. The world changes, new information comes out every day. You need to always keep learning to stay afloat. So in the Nigeria of today, I believe with all that you would succeed. And in addition to the integrity and standard business practices, one needs to have courage, you need to have grit, then you need to take care of your clients, and lastly, you need to keep learning. Yes, I do. But I feel like it is bigger than Dangote Refinery. Dangote Refinery will definitely help, because when the refinery starts to sell diesel, it has started actually, but when it begins to sell diesel, when Nigeria gets most of its diesel from Dangote Refinery, it will help bring down the price, at least to a reasonable extent. Bringing down the price of diesel will reduce the amount of construction materials, a few of them, because the price of diesel was one of the reasons why the prices of construction materials went up, diesel and logistics. So it will bring it down. But the reason why I said it's bigger than Dangote Refinery is if Nigeria itself has this production perspective, if we begin to produce in mass and we begin to export, it would really help not only the real estate industry, it would help all other industries, all other sectors.
Dr. Kazim Olariwaju, an excellent gentleman, experienced business management strategist, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert, team player, and industry captain, is the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Alert Group, one of the frontline integrated micro, small, and medium enterprise financial support service providers in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2024.
A lot of things, the company is still very young, but I can tell you that one of the things that we try to do is, given the deficiency of integrity in this system, we try to have a very high level of integrity, okay, and sincerity and transparency. So if today we give you an offer in terms of loan, nothing is going to happen beyond what you see in the letter. Nothing. Nothing is going to be hidden. And there is nothing we will do other than what we have said there. So that has endeared us to our customers. And that's why the default rate is very low. That means loans that are due to be repaid one day and are not paid was zero. Meaning that all the customers pay as they fall due. Okay, there is no better testimony than when your customer willingly do what they are supposed to do. The other part of the uniqueness is also that, everything that we do is market driven. So we look at, okay, what is it that is going to help a typical business person, also based on research and discussion with them. So we normally have our customer forum, okay, maybe once or twice or 3 times a year, where the customers are able to tell us, okay, this is what they feel about the service, this is what they want, this is what is going to help them. So the company is customer centric, okay? So there's nothing we are doing now that is okay. It's just because we think we want to do it. Look, is that somebody wants it and that is going to help their business. This is why we are doing it. The other things that I would say is also unique is, as much as possible, when you look at the management team, I'm not sure that it is similar to a company of this size, and of this age, okay? So diverse management, of course, some of them maybe you will have met from Nigeria, from across the globe, okay? And then when you also look at the board, maybe there are like 2 continents we don't have a board member. It's spread across the globe. So that brings in best practice across the globe. So we are not just, a bunch of, we have about, in the whole group, we have about 18 board members, some from America, some from Europe, okay, some from other African countries, some from Nigeria. So that gives us the advantage of getting the best of across, the various, climate. And so we think that this is an, advantage. It's likely that you put Nigerians together. I mean, they won't think exactly the same way, but the direction is likely to be the same. So when you have all this varying opinion, and chances are that they will also bring new perspective, which I think is also unique, about our company. And of course, talk about part of what we have in terms of our culture, which is the culture of excellence. So we may not do too many things, but the few that we are doing, we just want to be the best in those areas. Are we there? Not yet. But are we working on it? Yes. And are we going to get there? I believe so. So these are some of the unique things that you can, say about the company. And of course, some of these things are very reflective on the growth. For instance, we grew our total assets last year by over 300%. Despite that, you see that the risk is coming down. So, it's a lot of work, a lot of thinking, and a lot of actions that you probably will not see everywhere. Okay, so somebody can have fear. This company that is growing rapidly like this, would they not bust?
And that's about it on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We do not take it for granted. We only hope it was worth your while. Our deep gratitude to our sponsors for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Always join us on any of our other feedback portals, as you can see on the screen. I remain Olorogo Elkanah Moware. See you same time, same channel next week.